Hello, it's been a while and I do apologise about all of that as well. It's been very busy over the past 3-4 weeks. In fact, it's been busy for the last 2 months, to be honest. My focus has been moved from the garden to work, where I've put all the effort into work. And like I say, I've been progressing really well and it's really good. I'm still moving forward with that, but I do need to start thinking about work-life balance as well. But yeah, back, I need to get that sorted out. I've got today, it's Sunday, Sunday about lunchtime, a few plans to show you. 2 weeks ago, I was involved in a car accident, and ever since then my back's not been great. The top half and the lower half of my back has not been, I couldn't really do any lifting, can't really do any movement, and then a couple of days later I had to self-isolate because my sister got the bug. So it's not been great for gardening side of things the past few weeks, but I am back, and what I want to do today is just give you a show around Lesley's garden, and I'm going to show you my garden, show you how bad it is, and we've got a standing point and obviously got something to work from, a platform to work from. So yeah, in both of mine and Lesley's absences, in Lesley's plot specifically, because that's where we are at the moment, Steve's been an absolute diamond and just been popping over and watering and things like that as well. So Lesley's mum's not been very well neither, so that's taken a bit of extra time as well. But let's show you around Lesley's garden, and we've got a few things which we can't actually do this morning. So just starting from the top here, as soon as you come in, obviously this is a section which we didn't get sorted out at all, and you can see the weeds have just flown up, which actually not too worried, it's covered. This is all bindweed, which is a nightmare, but we just pull that out, that's not a problem. We did get this covered, so it's just coming up from the side, so that's not too bad. Everywhere else though is being absolutely fine, and there is movement and things that she has planted as well, which is absolutely great. So the sweet peas are doing well, and they do smell absolutely fantastic. And little running job, I need to put a couple more nails in here for the side here so that it can stay up against the wall. Hanging basket is looking really nice. I should put together myself. I really do with putting that on the hanger. There's actually a couple of hangers over there. We'll probably put it on, probably a better place. But yeah, it's got a few flowers and stuff in here. Mini mums, which she took out the old ones and put the new ones in. As you can see, they're coming up nicely. They'll be flowering after everything else is finished. She did have some cauliflower and broccoli in here, which we did use some of it, but it didn't get very big at all. Just basically just running through here and just taking the weeds out when we see them. That's what Steve's been doing as well. So this compost has still been quite good. If she wanted to, she could still put some seeds in here, which we're going to do in the inside. But I got at least getting some flowers out of it anyways. Here is where she's planted her roses, and also a little rose tree as well. She's got a lavender in here, and the roses, that because these were from outside her mum's place, because we're just digging them up. So they've been transplanted twice already, and look how well they've come up. They've still got new growth on them, which is great. So Lesley looked after them and planted them well in the back garden. So they're all coming up nicely, and actually I've just spotted there, one of them's actually getting a few buds on. So that's nice to see. So yeah, Lesley's done pretty much all of this by herself. This is the sweet corn that she's grown herself from seed, and it's went mad. It's got one, I mean it's only about 4 foot tall, but there's a couple of it's got side shoots off them, especially this one. Look at this one, there's loads. But that's her sweet corn that she's grown, and it's nice and healthy, which is great. These are the Loofahs bleeding that she got off Dave from Dave's Allotment garden, and they're pretty much the same height as them as well. Look at them. It's a hell of a picture opportunity that. I'm going to take a picture of that. Look at that. It's absolutely huge. So Dave, hey, tell you what, they do look quite canny, them, like, don't they? Just back on the eye level as well, to the next bed where she's got her dahlias. Now these dahlias were gifted from a chap called Harry. He had some spares, and I've got them down at my garden as well, but they seem to have jumped in here, whereas they haven't in mine. And I think the reason for that is because Lesley potted these up from the advice given by Dahlia Steve. Now you see lots of side shoots on here at the minute, and there's one single stem, so realistically you could have probably just nipped the top off there, so it promotes the rest of the growth on the other side. So that's exactly what I'll do for her now. Just leave them two sides to shoot off. Should get plenty more on them. Otherwise it goes like this, look, where the flower's starting to come through the top, nothing else on the bottom. So I'll just take that off there. It's harsh thing to do, but it needs to be done. Just as I'm going by, I'm just de-weeding out the beds as well. These are all marked, so to see which ones are which. But they'll be looking lovely not too long. And here's Elizabeth playing in her little fairy garden section. How are we getting on, Elizabeth? What are you up to?
Just working out what I'm going to do.
I can't see you, man. You're supposed to look this side.
I'm just working out what I'm going to do to rearrange it because the plants have been growing and I'm going to have to sort them out.
There's a few weeds in there, isn't there? But it's what happens, isn't it? Things happen. What else have we got in here at the minute? What's happening? We've got some flowers in here.
So we've got some flowers over here and they're growing very nicely.
There's some lilies over there, isn't there? But the lilies have been eaten. I think Mummy brought some of the lilies home the other day. So I've got a few nice things in here, Elizabeth. I mean, I say it has just been neglected, which has been a shame, but we've still got some lilies coming up. As you can see, there's a nice lily there, but they all have been devoured by the lily beetle bug. See the little babies on there, so we'll have to dispatch of them nicely. Let's go have a look in the greenhouse. The polytunnel, see what Leslie's up to. And here we have Lesley in her natural habitat. Are you weeding out? Getting rid of the bindweed. Lovely bindweed. But the leeks that's planted in here are coming up lovely. We deal with the drink and the feed, but we'll sort that out. That's not a bother. Like I say, it's just been pretty much neglected. Steve's been in water and stuff. Like I say, Lesley planted some of the collies and stuff over. They haven't getting massive, but that's just due to obviously them being in the pots for too long. So this bed could do with a couple more bags of compost, and she's still got this bed to sort out as well. The cats have been in using it as a cat litter tray at the minute, which is not being great, so we need to get rid of that crap basically. And then we can put some seeds in here. It's direct sowings of seeds, so we can put some flowers in, and she can put some brassica seeds in here, which would not be a problem. Marigolds are up, so at least there's a little bit of colour in here. Our peppers on this side, looks like we've got black peppers and green peppers, which it looks like that one's been attacked. It's also got the red onions, which haven't done very well in here, but they'll still be used. But the things that have done well, as you can see, it's got some cucumbers on here, which I'd already taken one cucumber off. This one as well. And the tomatoes, it's mental, isn't it? It's crazy. There's different types of tomato. These are the same types of tomato, same plants, but look at the difference in them. Look, this is huge, this one. And then if you look at this one, these sides, there's more tomatoes on them ones, but there's more green on these ones. But as you can see on the trusses here, she's got some tomatoes on, which is great. Some nice healthy trusses on here. But that's what's happening in here at the minute. But I best get helping, because I can only do a little bit, so I might as well just help out where I can. We'll get rid of this bindweed. Leslie's already made a good start, like I say, with the weeds that's in here. So get all the bindweed ripped out. But that's pretty much what's happening on Leslie's plot at the minute. Considering we've been away, like I say, Steve's been great, keeping an eye on things, watering and de-weeding where possible. Oh, we've got a little sunflower here in space, didn't see that. A little flower section. Oh, look at these. I seen you. I found you. Oh wait, I'm not gonna. Right, that's that gone. Just had some flowers. That's what someone should use a garden as far grown. So did have a nice sunflower there. Obviously we missed that. But I think the biggest thing in here is going to be the dahlias, and also these Loofahs bleeding. Look at that one there. you can literally use that as a beard. Welcome to Dave's allotment. With me last massive long beard. Right, well I better go help out. We'll get rid of some weeds, then we'll head down to my garden and I'll show you what's happening down at mine and show you the cucumbers and things, because there's been some hell of a growth on them. So a little bit time later, another wheelbarrow full of weeds. Taking the bindweed off that side there, and Leslie's been de-weeding inside the beds and across the path here. What's these kids doing? So not only will I show you the gardens, but I'll show you how far the kids have come on as well. Look at them, they're getting massive. Say hi, kids. Kids, kids. Hi, kids. Oh, what are you up to?
We're just playing a game.
That's the best thing to do, just play around. What do you think of Mummy's leeks and everything in here?
We love them.
Yeah, because that's going to be your leek and potato soup.
Yeah.
Because Daddy didn't put any in this year. Well, I did, but I couldn't get around to getting them planted out. So, I know.
Remember we were playing.
Go on then, go and play. We'll see where Skye's hiding. Skye's hiding as the teenager she is, inside. So she's come on loads as well. Hello, Kevin. It's like Kevin of Kevin and Perry. The shoulders have slouched. She's a proper little teenager now. Playing with her fidgets. Playing with her phone. Headphones around her neck. Proper little teenager now, aren't you? Hey. Hey, you guys. Oh, man. Oh, have I got to? Oh, it's so unfair. Oh, I've got to come to the garden. I've got to come to the garden. No, Skye has started her own channel as well. And if any of your children are interested, Skye, what's your channel, darling?
Skye Hood.
Skye, yeah, you can, easy enough. Skye Hood, she does toy reviews, she does her singing on there, she does her pianos and all sorts of little sections on there. She's getting quite good with the videos and stuff as well.
Gaming as well.
So, oh, there you go then. Gaming as well, so she puts her gaming videos up for what the kids are into. Check me out, sounding old. What are you up to? Right, how I need to get sorted out? I can't just sit and record, he's playing all day. Well, what are you going to do? Elizabeth's going to shoot you. Oh no, subscribe. So here's a question for you. Now I mentioned obviously before with the sweet corn, these ones here have sprouted basically lots of ones on the side. Now what would you guys do? Would you take all of the side growth off and just leave the main stem, or would you just leave them on and see what happens? Let me know what you reckon, and we'll do a little poll. Now, something else I wanted to show you is, actually it was Steve that requested, so Steve's popped us a message to state you need to come and record the garden, see how things have been, see how the dahlias are since the last time we're popping in, because he's got dahlias flowering. So he's not in at the minute, but I'm just going to stick my phone over the top, just so that you can have a quick sneak peek of how things are at the front section where his dahlias are. So just over the top of his gate there, as you can see, he's got some beautiful dahlias already starting to flower. His garden's looking absolutely tip top as always. You can see there's veg and everything at the back as well. His greenhouse is all full as well. He's been telling us and showing us, sending us pictures about the tomatoes and the cucumbers that I give him. They've been great, but it's his flowers and his dahlias that he's known for. And as you can see there are some dahlias already shown there, as you can see. So I look forward to catching Steve the next time he's up and we're up, so that I can do a proper garden tour. Show you the new wheels as well. So we're getting a slight upgrade from the car that we had. We're getting the Vauxhall Astra. It's 2011. So it's back as 5 doors. 5 doors. Now this is the family car. I will still be getting myself a car to go back and forth to the allotment. But like I say, it's a massive upgrade from the one that we had previously. You know, obviously thank Lesley's dad and Lesley's mum for the help as well. The dad helped us show around cars and stuff because I couldn't go around and pick this one out. It was it's been well looked after. Fantastic little car, and Lesley's over the moon with it, as you'll see in this picture on this side here, which I'm going to pop up. So yeah, there's no allotment stuff going into there. That's the family car for family day to day. But right, I'm going to have to sit down for 5 minutes because my back's playing up, and then we're going to head over to my garden and we'll have a look at the state of that. Oh, how weird, Lesley, man. Could you not have just kept it in until we got home? Really? That's how you aim it. You think that's going to rain later? Look, the teenager hasn't moved. Still in the hole. Still in the darkness in the back of the shed. Right, not be too much longer. Right, down on my plot here. Let's see what the damage is, and we'll have a quick look to see how things are progressing on as well from my absence. I've not been here 2 minutes. Skye's been in the shed sitting down, and she sat down and she's got a fright. So she come running out screaming. It's like, I says, what's the matter? She says, there was a black cat sitting next to us in the shed. It's allotment cat's been inside there. What a funny Elizabeth. What a funny, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at the top and we'll work our way all the way down, and then we'll have a look next door as well very quickly. So inside the top greenhouse here, flowers galore, absolutely lovely. Begonias are doing really well. I like growing these begonias in the inside here. I say I don't have them spread out, but I say they're coming up lovely. These red ones are going to be really nice as well because they're later bloomers. That's the fact they're like a fiery colour. I love that kind of colour on them begonias. On this side were the long chilies. I've actually got some of these already planted down in the onion house, but I've just left these in here. And we've got some peppers in here and stuff as well. My pepper there's no good, so I have to take that off. There's been lots of little holes being left from the leaves when I've brought them down here. I don't know what exactly it is. I'll show you more when we go down to the bottom anyways. But all these tomatoes need to be chucked out because they were side shoots, but they're not going to go anywhere now, so I need to get them chucked out. And what do you think of me? What do you think of these, Lesley? What do you think of me begonias? Aren't they? Not as beautiful as you though. I'm getting brownie points today, guys. Brownie points. The section that I cleared out the other week, like I say, that's much better. You actually get in and see what's going on. I do have some brambles which need to be chopped back, but like I said on that video, there's actually bees and everything over there as well. There's lots of fruit, so I'll wait for them to do the fruiting and then I'll get rid of them. Let's have a look inside of here. Starting at the top, Brunswick cabbages. They are cabbages. They are clean-ish. A few holes in them, but I'm still going to keep an eye on these because I could end up putting them into the show. If you've got it, put it in, see what happens. So we'll have a look at the rest of the stuff here. We've got the giant Swedes here, which do need a good clean out. That's going to seed, I think. I don't want to push this back. It looks like it's rotten. That's rotten, that's no good. I'll have to pull that out. It's rotten on the inside. You can see it's all mushy and awful in there. See that there? So I'll pull that one out. Just obviously leaves more space for everything else. Let's have a look at the other ones as well. Quick inspection. I tell you what, they are much bigger than the ones that I've grown in the past. Definitely are. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. I am impressed. There's another one. I've got one at the back. I won't grow as many next year because I've learnt my lesson with how big these actually get. There's another one there. You can't really get the size of these things. There's another one. That looks like it's rotten. So I'll have to pull that one out. So that one's no good. You see these ones are actually covered in flies. Actually covered in aphids as well. Oh, this one was flowering. It was going to run into seed. I'm going to leave it because it's still solid. I'll have to sort out the aphid problem on it. And there's another one at the back there as well. I'm just hoping that these last for the shows. That looks like a big one. For me anyways. But they're doing all right. I'll have to sort the stuff out with them. Oh, there's a little culprit. There's a culprit for the holes in the plants. Meow, that snail was fast. Right, so what we've got here. We have one giant red cabbage, which is not really giant for me. Two giant red cabbage. This is my favourite looking one. I need to get this one pushed up so it's in the middle. So I'm going to do something with that next. Got this one here, which is... That's all right. And we've got this one here, which is already got a head on it. You see, it's not massive. It's not massive, but the head is. It's a decent sized cabbage for a red cabbage. But I've got my eyes on this one for Malvern. So I want to take something to Malvern. So that's going to be about timed right, because like I say, it's got a head on it at the minute. The size of the leaves, huge. But I'll sort that out in a second. Let's go and have a look at my brassicas. So my brassica section, I've got broccoli on one side and I've got collie on the other. Different types of collie, not the normal standard white collie. But as somebody actually messaged us and asked a question in regards to when I chop the tops off, when I take the heads of broccoli off, do I leave them? Yes, and the reason why I leave them is because if you see here, you actually get a secondary picking. So you get actually smaller like broccoli heads, which is great. So these are ready to be picked. If I'd left them any longer, they would have went it actually looks like it's starting to blow, so it probably could have been done a few days earlier. But not only have I got that one, I've got that one, we've got that one, there's another one that I took, and I've got broccoli, little brocklets on the side. All of these has come at the same time. Look at that one, that one, that one. They're all coming at the same time, yeah, so I'll have to take some of these home and blanch them. The other side, there's no sign of any heads on collie on them as of yet, so yeah, let's get myself out of here. Put the cover on for the time being. Oh, check that out. Lovely colour them, that's why I kept them. Right, let's have a look to see these cucumbers to see how big they are. I know how big they are, I've already measured them. So we've got the tomatoes and we've got the giant cucumbers. I've brought Elizabeth down here because she loves her cucumbers, don't you, Elizabeth?
My favourite vegetable.
The vegetables. So let's put them against you and we'll see the size of these cucumbers, because I've measured them and you're never going to believe the size of them.
Mind blowing.
So there we go, we've got them all hanging up there. I've had to put the swings on, the supports, because we're bringing the plant down because they're getting that heavy. Now, some of these are for long, some of these are for heavy. The ones that I've measured, the ones at the back here, especially this one here, that one's there. I'm going to have to stand on this side because I can't get in. I can't bend down from my back. That one there is the longest at 29 inches. This one is the second longest at 28, but it's still growing. And then they're getting smaller as they go down here. So
do they get heavier? Well, but is that the heaviest and then they get this?
These three are for heavy. These two are for long. So these I want these to be a bit longer than that, but it is what it is. So if I don't put them in for long, I'll put the biggest one in for the heavy one. But I'll still put one in for long if I've got one. If you've got it, darling, put it in. You never know what you're going to get. I know there's people out there with 31-inch cucumbers, but just for size comparison, there's Elizabeth and there's a cucumber. Do you want to go get the other two? Because the other two are bigger than that. So
Wait, what?
Yeah, the ones up behind you are bigger. Don't swing on it, darling, because it's attached to the side. Let me just get down. Get ducked under. Oh, God.
This one's very
Oh, that's a big one, isn't it? So look. Tell you what, let's just get you stood on the side there and we'll wait a minute, I'll do it in a second. There you go. That's a cucumber. That's a big one, isn't it, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
It's massive, that. Remember, don't pull on it because I don't want it to be falling down, do it? So you can just pretend hold it sort of thing, because it is heavy. So they're absolutely huge, absolutely huge. This one is the oldest one that we've got.
The leader of the pack.
Because it's starting to yellow now. And bear in mind, the show's a good few more weeks away. That is some weight. Now I know that's going to be bigger, but for me, personal bests are the thing for myself, and this one here is going to be my personal best. I do believe that this one behind me, the one that Elizabeth's had a hold of, this is going to be even bigger. So, because it should grow out to the rest of the tip as well. So this bit here, for how thick it is, should get all the way around to the bottom. That's the plan anyways. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the way these are going. So let's have a look at the tomatoes now, Elizabeth. So the giant tomatoes, I'm afraid to say, have been poor this year. Not very many mega blooms, and neglect has caused a big problem. I'm just getting normal single blooms on these ones at the back here. Nothing really to shout out special at the back. Normally you find the first or second truss and then that's it, but I'm not even getting anything worth pollinating basically. So that's the reason why they're still so high, and I'm not going to have anything off these for the shows. The one that I did have, this one here, the one that had blossom end rot, it's ripened, and like I say, the show's still a few weeks away, so it's no good. It's rotten underneath now as well, so I'll just be taking that off and we'll give it a measure and we'll see what size we've got today. In any case, do a secondary one at the top here, but that's not going to do anything. It's just going to be a bit like a beefsteak tomato. But lots of lessons learned this year with them. Do actually have this one at the back, which is in the 30-litre pot. Let's have a see if there's anything on this actually. So I've just double checked this one, and sadly there is nothing. There's no mega blooms on here, so that's another one that's sadly gone to waste. but I'll just leave it and see what I get out of it in any case. Let's have a look at the chilies. So if you remember correctly, I planted these out and thinned them down to just one or two per plant. So we've got the one at the back there. You can see it's getting out. That's all right. So with these ones here, oh sorry, not going to be no special, but thin them down to 2. I'll just give them a feeder that day. Well, I was going to give them a feeder that day. I've just spotted there's a rotten one over there on them ones, so I'll have to get them sorted out, and then we can move on and see what else is happening in the garden. So yeah, like I've showed you in the past, the garden's just an absolute mess from neglect. This was all cleared out from my new tunnel. Like I say, it is just depressing, but I'm not going to get myself kicked up about it. I'm going to get it all tidied and sorted out. Just horsetail's taken over, which needs digging over, and I can't dig it over with me back at the minute. I do have giant beetroot in here, which won't be ready for the shows, but we'll see if I can beat my own personal best. I did put them in late, so like I say, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with them. Can't really see much on them, that one there. There's no one on that one really. That one looks like the biggest one I've got at the minute, but I don't know what's happened with them. Leaks, just neglect from outside as well. These are Yorkshire Giants, but it is what it is. Right, let's have a look inside the middle of the greenhouse, because I've bypassed the middle of the greenhouse here. Tomatoes, I've given them a drink. Left side, I've got the called Sun Gold. So I've got plenty of Sun Gold to choose from, and the one thing I do love doing, and I've said this before, is picking them off fresh. So I'm going to have a couple of these and we'll move on. This side is Golden Sunrise, and as you can see, they're big yellow ones, yellowish in colour. So they're salad tomato. So I haven't tried them yet, but we'll see what they taste like when I get a couple that's ready to go. And this one here, blossom end rot, regular water and lack of calcium and stuff like that. So it's not good. But I know, I already knew what was going to happen in any case, because like I say, I've not been down and watered as often as I would like to. But let's get out of here. Let's go check on the onions. So in the ant farm, you see what I say, the ant farm, and it's just a second. There's a absolute ton of these blighters. Look at them. Max is just itch standing here. They're all over. The top. They're all over the place. I don't know if these are the culprits for this. So that's what I was mentioning earlier on. These were absolutely pristine. Pristine. Now look at them. Oh, there's a funky cucumber. Cut cucumber. Pepper. That's a strange one. I'll leave that to grow and see what happens. I've just planted that into there. I've planted this one into here. I've planted this one into here and given it a drink. I should have done it a couple of weeks ago. And I've planted this Joe's Long chili. Not Joe's Long, Thunder Mountain Longhorn in here. I'm not expecting anything long of them. The longest ones I'm going to get are going to be the ones at home in the greenhouse, which I can show you when I get back home. But I just want to say, so congratulations to Graham Barrett, because he was actually featured in some newspapers as well, and also all online. He now holds, he's actually taken the UK record of Seb from 2019 at Malvern. He now holds the UK's longest chili, which I'll put a picture up here, and you can see it in all its glory. Well done, Graham, for that. It's a hell of an achievement. Well done. And I'll look forward to catching up with you at Malvern and that as well. But I just want to say well done and congratulations. Now, just before I do show you the onions and where they're at, loofahs, I still don't have any on here. The other ones rotted away. Still growing, still moving across, but I'm not getting any loofahs on here at all at the moment. Not on this one anyways. There just seems to be lots of side shoots coming off, but I'll leave it in there. It's got plenty of room to grow. I'll just give it a feed and stuff like that as well. This one on this side was doing well. Did have a few on, but then they rotted off and dropped off. So the new shoots have come up, and we're actually started getting some loofahs, which is great. I'm waiting for them to open up. They're actually going all the way up here as well, right in the top. So we've got one there, and we've got this other one that's I've trained to come up the top there, and I'm going to train to come across the middle. Actually, in fact, I'm going to have to take that. Look at that. I'll have to sort that out. But there's actually some some loofahs on that side, and it looks like they've taken as well, which is great. So I will have to sort out that to reach across the top of here. Got ants all over us, I can feel them. I'll get a bit of bamboo and I'll stick another one of them across the odd intervals, just so I can get it coming across the top here. But yeah, 2 more things in this greenhouse, in this onion house, should I say. So these are the sweet potatoes. Now they're coming up nicely since I planted them out into the bed. These like a nice hot humid environment, which this place is great. It's a really good place to grow them with the ants. So there's one there, there's 2 there, there's this one here. I've also got the 3 that's in here. 3 that's in here. I got these given off to me from Ben from the Young Grower. So thanks again, Ben, for those. And I've got another one at the top here, which, like I say, thriving in the main bed since I planted them out a few weeks ago. Right, onto the creme de la resistance. That's a really bad example of French. Sorry. The onions. A few of them are coming over because they're not being supported. But other than that, I've measured them. I've got a couple sitting at 17 inches. I've got this one at the back here. Is sitting at just over 19.5 inches around. Still growing. That one's still alright size as well. This one is done and needs lifting. And the ones on this side in the bed, they're doing alright. I'm not going to jinx myself just as of yet, but I've got a suspicion that these onions are not going to be very good at all when I lift them out, because I think they're going to have white rot on the bottom of them. And if they do, then that's just proven my whole entire point, meaning that I cannot grow onions into the beds direct, and I need to grow them in the buckets like I have done on this side. But other than that, they are a decent size, and even if I chop them up and use them and freeze them, at least I've got some onions to go away with in any case. But I've had better years, as you all know, and you know the reason as to why it's not as good this year neither. But there's always next year as well. From the bottom greenhouse here, I've got the potato in a bucket, which is still growing. I don't know how long I've had these in here for. I can't even remember if these have flowered, but they are still, in fact, they have flowered there, look. So I'm still just waiting for these to die back at the minute. The middle ones seem to be alright. The end ones have not really done very well, but I'm quite interested to see how these perform, because they're the 5 second biggest potatoes that I had from outside. So I think that one's probably ready to be picked. We'll take this one outside and we'll see what it's like inside. Actually, I'm quite intrigued. In the back here, tomatoes, meh, it is what it is with them. They're still alive basically, so the mulching has worked, considering I've not been down in water for a while. And I've still got some I've still got some tomatoes on here, which is great. Got some plum tomatoes on there as well. There's a nice big one there. Well, hey, with close eye looking at them, the better they are. We'll just ignore that section. but I got money makers on this side, and there's actually a money maker down there ready to be picked. So marvellous, they're all coming away. Better getting something better than nothing. And look at this one right at the back here. It's 5'10". It's the same height as me. Got side shoots on and all sorts. Take them off. Don't need them. And the grapevines at the back here. Grapes. I've got grapes on, which is great. And it's actually come all the way up here. Yeah, I didn't know how far this is. Wow, this is actually flying over the top here. All the way at the end here. That's great. That's exactly where I wanted to go, but it's getting caught in all my other stuff. I needed to have this up above that section there. Whoops. It's actually 2 there. There's 2. So that's good for next year and the year after, because I can get this all the way at the end here and I can just nip it, and then I can just have the grapes dropping down. So great. I've had that grapevine for about 3 years now. I've gotten some nice grapes off them. They are black grapes, I believe, and even Grandma likes them. So it looks like we've got a good few bunches on there, which is nice. Right, let's go and have a look next door before we empty these buckets. Anybody see the marrows? I seem to have lost them. This is what happens when you don't hold. I found one. So it's got a round bottom, but I'll have to get the sand underneath these. Yeah, that's not good. See if we can get this out. Oh God, be back. So there's a nice one. Where's this gone to? Where's the end? Oh, the end's right there. And this is what I need to do. I need to get down here because this stuff is an absolute nightmare. It's easy enough to pull out. I'll just get that. Let's see, it won't take long just to pull all of these weeds out because this ground's already been prepared. There we go. I found one. Right, let's have a look and see if we can find any more. That's going to be taken off. I don't want that one on. So if I remember correctly, there's one here, and obviously there's one over there. And I've got all the dahlias down the side there. So let's have a look here. Oh, we've got a big curvy one here. This plant is a lot bigger. Let's excuse the noise in the background. I think that's Skye singing. Let's have a look at it. Oh, in fact, we'll have to get rid of that. Play with that in there. Move that across there. Move that across there. That one, there's a bit of fruit on there. It's no good. Hasn't been done. I'm just mumbling away here. Sorry. So yeah, there's another one. I don't necessarily like the shape of this one, but I will leave it because time is pushing on. I've only got about 6 or 7 weeks left till the show day, so that's around about the size I need them to be to put more weight on. So there's actually one on the side here which I'll leave that one on. But I do need to get down here. I need to get in and I need to take all of these weeds out of here. Like I say, it'll not take long. It's just disappointing, that's all. But yeah, dahlias, let's have a look. The majority of these will be the same. That's going to be a bonny colour when it comes through. Same with all. These are all the same, so they'll all be these colour ones. I'll have to do a bit of deheading here. So I'll take that one off. But hey, there's one there. There's one there. Nice straight stem. That's a nice one. Lush. Gooseberries, I'll have to take them off because I need to take them from my mum to make the jam, like I mentioned the previous time. I've actually got some crocosmia over there as well. Running around going back and forward here. Just spotted the crocosmia and them flowers. So crocosmia in this wild bed here. Wildflower bed. They're nice, the orange ones. And I'll put that rambling rose in. I think it's rambling anyways. Can't tell you too sure. These are my favourite begonias. Not begonias, glads. As you can see, in fact, I'll take that one off because it's done as well. But they're going to be opening up shortly again, which is going to be nice to see. And I've actually got some more glads down this section here, which is great. Just everything's just weeds. Right, let's go and have a look at them marrows to see if there's anything up here. Let's start with the marrow that shouldn't be growing at all because it's grown in direct manure. Oh, look at that. We've got a marrow growing in here. Marrow plant. I've just pulled this back actually. And actually there's some fruit on here, which is great. I'll have to organise this next time. Look at that. Another one there. So I'll have to sort some out so that it grows on top of this pile here. But yeah, that's grown alright. This one here. Do I have any fruit on? We do. There's one there. There's one on the side there. And there's one on here. So I'll just select all of these when I'll see which one takes off. This one here looks like the only one that's actually got fruit set. So as you can see, I've got that one there. I like the shape of that one. It's a nice looking one. And there's its little brother on the side there. Take that off there. So that one there is another nice looking shaped one. I don't know which one to keep. Take the side shoots off there because I don't want them to be rubbing on as they get bigger, because they've got like little barbs on them. So you don't want the barbs to be rubbing up against the plant as the plant gets big. Now these will grow really quickly and really fast. So I really do need to get some sand underneath these, because I think these are going to be the only ones I'm going to have. But the plant itself is not big at all, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. There's no fruit on this one here. It's quite disappointing, to be honest, because these were looking really good and they're from great genetics as well. And there's nothing on this one neither. So I think I'm going to have not a very good year with the marrows, but time will tell. We will just have to wait and see. At the back here with the rhubarb. God, look at the size of that. That's a nice size stem. Get right in here. It's a nice size there. I'll get my hand around it. It's a good size, good thickness, and so is that one there. I might have a few for heavy here. That'll be good. What about the other plants here? Is there any for there? Some nice rhubarb. Now, if I remember back in 2019, I came third with 3 sticks of rhubarb. That was the luckiest thing I've ever probably done. But anyways, they'll be doing all right. Elizabeth's been down and sorted out her strawberries. She was a bit disappointed. She didn't have very many. Told that's her own fault. She should have come down and picked them earlier. You got to be harsh with them. Right, let's go and get some stuff, and we will call it a day. Right, swedes are done. I've taken them out. Very difficult to do so. I'm starting to hurt now, very much so. But you can see better now in the back here. The ones that I have left. And I'll show you the ones that I took out to give you a comparison for size. They're bigger than my head. Right, so these are the 2 that I lifted up that are rotten. Now this is the good side. That is the horrible, ugly side, because it's all minging and it stinks. But this is the biggest one that I've pulled so far. My Swede was 5.55 kilo. So this is it. Against the size. So, it doesn't actually feel that heavy, to be honest, but I'm going to put it on these scales here. Now these scales are out of calibration, so I've just put a brick on. Now at the minute they are 3 ounces. So whatever it comes to, I need to take 3 ounces off. So if I just put that onto there. So £5.14, £5.11. So I'll have to calculate that into kilos, but it's not heavy. But it is a big Swede though. So hey, happy with that. Can't wait to see what the other ones will be like in a few weeks' time. Right, time to harvest these broccoli. So I'm going to get the little florets first. The second harvest from one plant. So I'm pleased with them. There's a dinner already. I'll have to take the rest of these off as well. I'm just going to leave them, notch across in the top. Can't remember the reason why I do it, but I remember that we need to do it. Feels like the rains are coming. I best get a move on. Oh, these are getting bigger and bigger the further back I go. Oh, then I get to the back and then they're tiny. Right, that's them done. Oh. I'm gonna be so. Right, so there we go. Some cracking heads of broccoli. I like this section for the brassicas, so the broccoli and the collie will do really well here. So if you find a spot, don't worry about rotation of the crops. You can do it if you want to do it, that's not a problem with certain crops, but for me there's no pests in there, there's no club root, so and I'm getting veg like this, so you know it's absolutely fine. So I'm over the moon with them, and I'm pleased that we've managed to catch them. Some nice heads of broccoli, so we'll get them frozen and we'll get one put in for dinner the day as well. Right, me and Elizabeth's going to come and help us here, because we're going to pick the golden sunrise. Already made a start. Make sure you try and get the stems on as well, Elizabeth, so that's a top tip as well. Yeah, try and keep the tomatoes with the stems on, because they do last a little bit longer. So I'll leave that one on for next time. If you don't pick the fruit in time, what will happen is they'll start splitting like that, because there's too much water getting into the fruit itself and they're expanding. Or alternatively as well, when it's ready to be picked and you fill with water, if it's not had a drink for a while, they can burst. That's exactly what's happened with them ones. Them ones, the only thing you can do with them, eat them as they are, and you know what it is. Yeah, beautiful them.
Elizabeth.
You had one, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Time to harvest the gooseberries. Now I've been in touch with my mum who makes an absolute cracking gooseberry jam. She's actually still got gooseberry jam from last year's crop and the year beforehand, and it's still absolutely spot on. That's the reason why they're called preserves, because they preserve really well. Now, Leslie, if you can just come in a little bit closer. The reason how I can tell these are ready with gooseberries is because when they start growing, they're really hard. Now, if I squeeze these, you can feel that they are a bit squishy, and when they're at that point, that's when they're ready to go. Now I don't know whether you can eat these raw from the plant, but I like them in jams. I think these are actually quite bitter. That's the reason why I need a lot of sugar with them, but you can correct us if I'm wrong, because I don't know. So me and Elizabeth are now going to be picking all of these for my mum, and we've got 2 plants here and we've got 2 plants a little bit further up, and we'll show you how much we get after we're finished. And here's a little flower with abundance of gooseberries. So gooseberries here, we've got the golden sunrise tomato there, which I haven't tried yet, and the sun gold tomatoes there as well. So, and all them flowers to take away as well. Are you pleased with that? Because you've got a massive smile on your face. Right, time to sign off. Actually, just before I do sign off, I'm tempted to pull one of these carrots to see what they're like. Now there is one here where it's actually covered with ants, and I think ants have probably caused problems with it, but I want to pull this one here and see what it's like. So let's get a hold of it. Yeah, it's splitting anyways as well, so right, done one, do another, see what this one's like. Yeah, it's done the same again there as well. That's a shame. 2 that's split. Actually got a little one there. It's a shame because the first ones that I pulled were lovely and straight. Like that one there. But we'll, I'm not going to be happy until I find a nice one here. Try this one. That's alright. Right, I'm happy I found a nice one. Take that home for dinner. These are sweet candle carrots. You just push them a little bit that way. Push them a little bit that way. Straighten it up. Happy days. These giant potatoes, I was going to fertile around with them. Actually, you can see there's one there sitting on the top. I'm actually going to take that off. Oh, a Desiree, I believe. Stick that on there. Not be long until I'm actually pulling these out, because the plants are starting to die back now. They've already flowered, so it'll not be long until I'm pulling these, and we'll see what we get out of here for the shows, if anything. I've actually got that other potato plant to sort out, so let's go and have a look at that one before I do sign off. I totally forgot about that. Right, so I have no stand, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to empty them out and I want to see what we've got. So there we have it. So out of this 30 bucket, this is the seed potato. It's still solid. Still solid. I may keep that and try it again, but this is the amount that I've got here. So from one potato, get all of them. Can't really grumble at that. I've got five of these, so I'll probably have a full bucket full of potatoes by the end of it. And these are lovely and clean, absolutely beautiful and clean. So I think I'm going to keep a hold of this compost for the show potatoes for next time round. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to replant that and we'll see what happens for Christmas potatoes. Well, there we have it. So there's the harvest for today. From coming down, sorting a few things out. We've got some tomatoes, we've got some gooseberries, we've got some potatoes, we've got a carrot. I've got more carrots at home, which I'm going to use for tea. We've got some heads of broccoli and we've got some turnip as well. Some giant turnip. So not a bad little harvest for just coming down today. I'm pleased with that. And thank you very much for your help, ladies.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I get everything in? You get the gist anyways. Thanks everybody for watching this week. Thanks for liking, subscribing, all your comments and things as well. It's been lovely reading all your comments. Like I say, there's been lots of new subscribers as well. Apologies for the last few weeks. It has been a bit hectic, but things will pick up over the next few weeks, and it's nearly show season. So starting from September, the first week in September, I think the first show is the 10th, 11th, and we're going to be heading down to Beamish. We'll see what we can take down there. If I've got it, I will take it. And we'll just have to see what happens. Then I'm arranging and making organising things for the Harrogate show at Newby Hall. I've already started making inquiries in regards to that. Looks like there's going to be a couple of us going down in hopefully a camper van, which I'm getting lend of, which is absolutely great. I'll just need to sort things out with that. But other than that, there is something to look forward to a little bit sharper in the next couple of weeks. I do have a guest who is coming up from the South Pole, but we'll have to wait and see who that is. But once again, thanks everybody for liking, thanks everybody for your messages, and I will love yous and leave yous. So take care, stay safe, and catch us all next week. Don't forget the live on Wednesday. Don't forget the live on Wednesday. See you then.